Yes, game 3 between the Dodgers and the Brewers. The Dodgers have a 2-0 series lead, and boy, do they look good. Coming into this game, they have had to use very little of their bullpen, with Yamamoto going complete game. The game before, Blake Snell went 8 innings. So today, there's no rest for the Brewers lineup in that they now have to face Tyler Glasnow, who also has excellent strikeout stuff. The Brewers have not named a starter. It looks like they're going with a bullpen game. So logically speaking, Jinx, It looks like all the factors go in the favor of the Dodgers. But like Pat Murphy has said this, the manager of the Brewers, we've been counted out so many times before, and we've responded. So do the Brewers respond here?
Do the Brewers respond? No, I don't think so. I just don't think so. I don't think they're going to. No, they're not going to. I want the Brewers to respond. I think it would be a great story, but they just don't have the arms. It would be so nice if Brandon Woodruff were back for this team, but look, he's not, so we can't sit here and say, oh, well, if this guy played, he's not playing. So you got Freddie Peralta. That was just such a, I don't want to say a death knell for this team, but when Peralta got touched up early on, then you're like, man, if you can't win with Peralta on the mound. Now, today they're going with whom? Like it's a bullpen game. Maybe Jose Quintana goes at some point, I think is what I've read. And that is your matchup against Tyler Glasnow when you're down 0-2 and going back to L.A. It just doesn't set up well for the Brewers. It doesn't feel that way.
All right, so now the question is, how do we actually play this? So it feels like the Dodgers are the play, but on the money line, you are not getting a discount. The Dodgers home favorites at -190. So I was trying to think of ways to maybe, get creative with this. Mm-hmm. So usually one of the things that I do for the Dodgers is that you can combine their team total and their money line price, and usually you can get yourself like a nice price. That's nice. Just out of the range. So I did team total over 2.5, and the money line, that's -160. So we will probably have to go at 3.5, because here's the thing. If the Dodgers win the game, they're probably going to score, 4 runs. So let's see what this price is. Okay, over 3.5 runs, and the Dodgers on the money line is -125. Thoughts?
Oh, do that. Do that. That's good. I'm just trying to cheat the system here. Dodgers on the run line is
-1?
Yeah, it's -150.
I knew it.
You knew it. I love these -1 plays. But I think Dodgers on the run line is a smart move. That's at plus money. It's a +115. But over 3.5 and Dodgers on the money line, what'd you say, -120? That's it?
-125. Because, it correlates, right?
Yes, exactly.
You'd think that if they score 4 runs, they're probably going to win a game. Unless this game is like a low-scoring affair. Like, if they win 3-1, obviously you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. But it's just these Dodgers bats have been so good, and it just doesn't feel like a great pitching matchup when the Brewers are already in a bullpen game situation. Mm-hmm. And we haven't even seen much from Ohtani. So it's like once the first of the lineup starts to get going, because he's their leadoff guy. Like, there is a reason where you normally put, a guy that is going to get on base in the leadoff hole, because it just, jumpstarts your whole offense. So if Ohtani can start getting on base, this is going to be a huge boon to a Dodgers lineup that's just as good at the top as it is at the bottom. Like with guys like Kike Hernandez, Max Muncy is really good, even though I think he's towards the top half of the lineup. But like my point being is that like this offense has room to get better.
Oh, yes, it does. That's the scary thing. And just kind of like Vladdy got going last night after going 0-for-7 in the first 2 games of this series. I know Shohei's slump has lasted a little bit longer here. But, man, when you have all of that talent that Shohei has, then it's just a matter of time. Especially Shohei against a Brewers bullpen, which is good, but certainly not like going against one of their starters here. So that's the real dangerous thing. If you're Milwaukee, you're like, oh, God, what if this guy hits up?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like if you're looking at props, like Teoscar Hernandez has been on an absolute tear. He had 2 hits last game with 5 total bases. And we know he certainly has a lot of power. He was in the home run derby, and he's hit several home runs already in the last few games. 2 home runs over the last several series this postseason. So it just feels like the Dodgers lineup is just too much. So let me ask you this. Obviously, the Brewers need to either win tonight or tomorrow, but do you think that they win a game in this series?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think if they win a game, it'll be in game 4. I don't think this sets up well for them going out west against Glass now when you're going with a bullpen game. But I do think that, look, you got Shohei going for the Dodgers in game 4. And nothing against Shohei. He's a very good pitcher, but also because he's coming back from Tommy John surgery. And he was very good last time out against the Phillies. Had a quality start, I think 3 runs over 6 innings, but he hasn't been necessarily dominant because he hasn't had a lot of innings this year. So I think there's a possibility that, maybe he doesn't go long in this game. The Dodgers do have some weakness in the bullpen, and maybe that's how Milwaukee pulls out a win.